Mark, I have worked with Mark for the last, we've probably been 5 years or so. And I said, yeah. I said, it's kind of funny. I said, I have this great business. And I said, but what's kind of funny is I realize I'm not very focused sometimes. So I was like, if you could just help me, there's no reason I shouldn't make 10 grand a day.
Unleash your inner superhero. Focuses on creating a state of mind that allows you to create change in your life. Quickly, easily, permanently. In Jay's case, he knew that if he had the state of mind of being focused, that it would help him in his business. His goal was to make $10,000 per day. To many, this may seem impossible. Jay knew that his newly found superpower of being focused would create something amazing in his life. So here's my question to you. What power or state of mind would allow you to have something amazing in your life? Would you like to get started on having that power now? Great, let's go. First, think of something you would like to have in your life. You may make up your own mind while I throw out some suggestions that I often hear. More money, more time, better organized, perhaps more close friendships or intimate relationships. Now ask yourself this question. What state of mind in order to have this in your life? Here are some states of mind others have chosen at previous seminars. Laser-like focus, charismatic, relaxed, playful, determined. Just take a moment and pick a state of mind that would allow you to have whatever you choose in your life. Jay said if he were more focused, he would be able to make $10,000 per day in his business. I want you to say to yourself, in order to have your choice, I would need to have the state of mind of whatever you chose. In my Unleash Your Inner Superheroes presentation, you will experience many different, easy-to-use mind tricks to create a specific state of mind. One of those tricks is known as anchoring. Unlike many speakers and self-help gurus, I actually use what I demonstrate every day of my life. I will now open my life to give you a glimpse of what's possible for your life.
So let me give you an example. My sons, I have twin boys, and when they were 4 or 5 years old, they were being held back in kindergarten. I was like, oh, great. Held back already in kindergarten, couldn't go to first. So I decided to use some anchoring techniques. Every time that they watched Scooby-Doo and laughed hard, any cartoon and laughed hard, I would come up to them without making a big deal about it and tap their elbow. They're laughing, I tap their elbow. I do this for a period of weeks, tapping their elbow every time that they laugh. So I have now collapsed the anchor of touching the elbow with laughing and having a good time. So the moment that I walk up to them and I see them having a book out, or I sit down with them with a book, what do I then do? Tap the elbow. Do that over a short period of time, and what happens is they now collapse that feeling fun and happy with reading books. The results of this. My sons are 14 in 8th grade. Parkview, not only are they straight A's, both of them are on the gifted program. On the Iowas, they scored both in the 98th and the 99th percentile. The worst punishment that I can give my sons is taking away their library.
Tell me, how many pages is that?
It is about 652.
652. And what's your record for reading that book?
I've read this book in one day, but I've actually done better than that. My top record is 1,100 pages in one day, so I had a lot of time to read that day.
What's the worst thing, punishment-wise? If you ever
Stop
had to,
reading.
yeah, like if I took away your library or something. What about video games?
Well, we can deal without video games. It's fun playing them, but we just like reading even more.
And do you guys, which do you prefer, video games or reading?
Reading.
Why is that?
Because it's more fun.
Later, I will share more about using these techniques in my life and with my twin sons. There are 3 other types of anchors I will demonstrate, along with a couple more tips to establishing this type of anchor. You pick the method that is best for you. Each one is powerful in its own way. And the crazy part is, you can actually combine some of them to quickly access a superhuman power. Like I said, unleash your inner superhero quickly, easily, permanently. Back to my sons. A couple of years later, I actually hypnotized them to love reading even more. And while hypnosis is one of several ways to unleash your inner superhero, it's not the main way to achieve your superpowers. We do not hypnotize your guest, unless you want me to, as part of a hilarious demonstration of this awesome superpower. The following clip is where your guest volunteered to experience just how powerful their mind is. Specifically, how creative they can become.
Mark hands them toilet paper. They are sure it's $100 bill.
Money, 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 must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, 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 always sunny in the rich man's world.
A hypnotist dream come true. So open your eyes, feeling great, to a tremendous round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of our show. Okay, have you ever been hypnotized before?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. And how long do you think you've been up here? Christine, what's that going? Christine, are you sure you have never been hypnotized before?
So what happened to Jay was his newly found superpower of having the state of mind of being focused, the answer he was looking for to make $10,000 per day.
And for 21 straight days, I made 10 grand. I swear to God, 21 straight days. But I'm just telling you, so it's sort of interesting, but literally this was the real result. For 21 straight days, I made the 10 grand. Because I tracked it because I was getting ready for the event and I was very meticulous. But to me, it was kind of like a miracle, right? That if you find yourself really, really struggling with something that you can't seem to get over, which, at some level it's kind of like, why can't I get over this thing, right? Why just one little thing? Why can't I just put this thing behind me? I think this is a viable, quick start solution. Does that make sense? See, I like going and handling something real quick and being done with it. I don't like to take years to work on something. So this is also a good quick start solution.